She utterly hated Stewart Granger. Now we know the reason why. Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of old Hollywood's most shocking feuds. When you think of Donna Reed, what comes to mind? Grace? Warmth? The perfect, wholesome American actress, right? The beloved star of It's a Wonderful Life and her own hit television show. A woman who rarely had an unkind word to say about anyone. But there was one man who pushed her to her absolute limit. A co-star she openly admitted she hated more than anyone else in Hollywood. And coming from someone as gracious as Donna Reed, that's saying something. That man was British leading man Stewart Granger. And today, we're finally uncovering the real story behind their explosive clash on the set of the 1958 film The Whole Truth. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why America's sweetheart couldn't stand this supposedly charming British star. But first, let's talk about who Donna Reed really was. Donna Reed wasn't born into Hollywood royalty. She entered the world as Donna Belle Mullinger on January 27th, 1921, in Dennis, Iowa. This was small-town America at its most authentic. She grew up on a farm as the eldest of 5 children in a modest, hard-working Midwestern family. These humble roots shaped everything about her. The warmth, the sincerity, the down-to-earth values that would later make her so beloved by audiences. That all came from Dennis, Iowa. Despite her simple upbringing, young Donna had big dreams. After high school, she made the bold move to California to attend Los Angeles City College. Her plan? To become a teacher. But fate, as they say, had other ideas. Her stunning beauty and natural poise caught the attention of Hollywood talent scouts, and suddenly, her life took a dramatic turn. In the early 1940s, she signed with Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, one of the biggest studios in the golden age of Hollywood. MGM was the land of stars, and Donna Reed was about to become one of them. She started with supporting roles in films like The Getaway in 1941 and The Courtship of Andy Hardy in 1942. But it was 1946 that changed everything. That's when she was cast as Mary Bailey opposite James Stewart in Frank Capra's It's a Wonderful Life. This role immortalized her. Her portrayal of Mary, the loving, loyal, resilient wife who stands by George Bailey through every hardship, became one of cinema's most beloved performances. Donna Reed brought such authenticity and warmth to the role that she became the emotional heart of what is now considered one of the greatest films ever made. But Donna Reed wasn't just a pretty face playing sweet wives and girlfriends. In 1953, she shocked Hollywood by taking on a completely different role in From Here to Eternity. She played Lorene Burke, a nightclub hostess with a tragic backstory. It was gritty, raw, and emotionally complex. And guess what? She won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. This proved to everyone that Donna Reed had serious range. She could play wholesome, she could play tragic, and she could do it all with incredible depth. Then came television. In 1958, Donna created and starred in The Donna Reed Show, which ran for 8 wildly successful seasons. She played Donna Stone, the ideal American wife and mother, and millions of families tuned in every week. But here's what made Donna truly groundbreaking. She wasn't just the star. She was also a producer. At a time when very few women had any creative control in Hollywood, Donna Reed was calling the shots on her own show. She was a trailblazer, a pioneer who opened doors for future generations of women in entertainment. Beyond her career, Donna was deeply principled. During the Vietnam War, she co-founded Another Mother for Peace, an organization advocating for non-violent solutions to conflict. She used her fame for activism, for justice, for causes she believed in. So this is who Donna Reed was. Talented, intelligent, humble, professional, and deeply moral. A woman admired by everyone who worked with her. which makes what happened with Stewart Granger even more shocking. In 1958, the same year her television show debuted, Donna Reed agreed to star in a British mystery film called The Whole Truth. Her co-star? Stewart Granger, a well-known British leading man with a reputation for being suave, handsome, and... well, we'll get to that. Donna expected what she always experienced on set: professionalism, mutual respect, collaboration. What she got instead was one of the most miserable working experiences of her entire career. Stewart Granger was notorious in the industry for being difficult. He had an enormous ego, a sharp tongue, and a sense of superiority that rubbed people the wrong way. But Donna, ever the professional, probably thought she could handle it. She was wrong. From almost the very first day of filming, the tension between them was palpable. Granger, who came from the British film establishment, often looked down on American actors. He especially seemed to dismiss women, believing they lacked the sophistication of their European counterparts. And Donna Reed, she represented everything he seemed to disdain: Midwestern values, American earnestness, humility. He dismissed her ideas during rehearsals. He interrupted her constantly. He mocked her American sensibilities. He treated her, as she would later say, as if she were beneath him. Can you imagine? This is Donna Reed we're talking about, an Academy Award winner, a respected actress known throughout Hollywood for her intelligence and grace. And this man treated her like she was some amateur who didn't know what she was doing. Donna later said, and I quote, "He was arrogant, rude, and full of himself. He treated everyone around him as if they were beneath him, and I simply couldn't stand it." Coming from a woman who rarely spoke ill of anyone, those are damning words. But it wasn't just one incident. It was a long series of condescending gestures, belittling remarks, and dismissive behavior that made the entire production a nightmare for Donna. Day after day, she had to endure his arrogance. And it wasn't just her. The crew noticed too. They whispered among themselves about Granger's attitude, and many of them quietly sided with Donna. But what could they do? He was the male lead, and in those days, stars like Granger had enormous power on set. Donna later admitted he thought he was God's gift to the movies. But he was just a man full of hot air. Even more telling, she said she counted the days until filming ended. She told friends she had never been happier to finish a movie in her entire life. Think about that. This woman had worked with some of the biggest names in Hollywood. She'd been on countless sets. But this was the worst. The working environment became toxic. Scenes between Reed and Granger were filled with underlying tension that sometimes even bled onto the screen. Their chemistry was cold, brittle, uncomfortable. Not exactly what the filmmakers were hoping for in a romantic mystery thriller. Off camera, Donna avoided Granger as much as possible. She spent time with the director, with other cast members, with anyone but him. Friends said she dreaded the days when she had to share scenes with Granger. But here's what really got to Donna. It wasn't just that Granger was arrogant toward her. He was rude to everyone. He spoke down to assistants. He quarreled with the director. He dismissed technical staff as if they were invisible. Donna Reed, who always treated every single person on a film set with kindness and respect, was absolutely disgusted. She later said, he had no respect for anyone. Not for the director, not for the crew, not for his fellow actors. I don't think he even respected himself. This wasn't just a personality clash. This was a fundamental difference in values. Donna represented humility, teamwork, and decency. Granger embodied vanity, arrogance, and elitism, and Donna Reed simply couldn't tolerate it. So the whole truth wrapped, and you'd think that would be the end of it, right? Donna would move on, forget about it, focus on her successful TV show. But she didn't forget, not by a long shot. Years later, when asked about her experiences working with various co-stars over her long career, Donna Reed didn't hesitate. She openly admitted that Stewart Granger was the one man in Hollywood she truly hated more than anyone. Hated. That's a strong word. Especially coming from someone as gracious and forgiving as Donna Reed. For her to use that word meant the experience had been truly, deeply unpleasant. It had left a mark. She later reflected, "I learned one important lesson. Never mistake charm for character." That statement was clearly aimed at Granger. Because, yes, Stewart Granger was charming on screen. He was handsome, suave, the picture of a dashing leading man. Hollywood had long bought into that image, believing he was a perfect gentleman. But behind the camera, Donna Reed had discovered he was anything but. Now, let's talk about what this clash really represented. This wasn't just about two actors not getting along. This was about two completely different worlds colliding. Donna Reed represented something uniquely American. The idea that humility, hard work, and treating people with respect mattered more than status or sophistication. She came from a farm in Iowa. She knew what it meant to work hard for what you had. She valued every person on a film set, from the stars to the grips to the catering staff. Stewart Granger, on the other hand, represented old-world elitism. He came from the British film establishment, where class and sophistication were everything. He carried himself like an aristocrat and treated those he deemed beneath him accordingly. When these two worlds met on the set of The Whole Truth, it was a disaster waiting to happen. What's fascinating is how rare this kind of admission was from Donna Reed. Throughout her career, she worked with dozens of actors. Some she probably liked more than others. But she rarely, if ever, publicly criticized anyone. The fact that she was willing to go on record about her hatred for Granger tells us everything we need to know about how bad it really was. She once said, "I could work with anyone, but not with a man who believes he's better than everyone else." For Donna Reed, Stewart Granger had crossed a line, and she never forgave him for it. Film historians and fans have long been intrigued by this feud. It's become one of those legendary Hollywood stories, whispered about and analyzed, because it involved someone so universally beloved being pushed to her breaking point by someone who was supposed to be charming and sophisticated. It also serves as a reminder that what we see on screen doesn't always reflect what's happening behind the scenes. Stewart Granger may have looked like the perfect gentleman in his movies, but to those who worked with him, especially Donna Reed, he was anything but. Donna Reed went on to have a remarkable life and career. After the Donna Reed Show ended in 1966, she remained active in both entertainment and activism. She married 3 times, raised 4 children, and continued to be a voice for peace and justice. Sadly, Donna Reed died on January 14, 1986, at the age of 64 from pancreatic cancer. She had been diagnosed just 3 months earlier and was told it was terminal. She's buried at the Pierce Brothers Westwood Village Memorial Park and Mortuary in Los Angeles. But her legacy lives on. She's remembered as one of the most beloved actresses of Hollywood's golden age, a woman of integrity, talent, and grace. And yes, she's also remembered as the woman who utterly hated Stewart Granger. This story teaches us something important. Even the most gracious, forgiving people have their limits. Donna Reed was willing to work with anyone, to be professional under any circumstances. But when faced with cruelty, arrogance, and disrespect, she drew the line. And honestly, good for her. So the next time you watch It's a Wonderful Life and see Donna Reed light up the screen with that incredible warmth and sincerity, remember, she was the real deal, both on screen and off. She stood by her values, she treated people with respect, and she didn't tolerate those who didn't do the same. That's the Donna Reed we should all remember. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into old Hollywood drama, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next story. Drop a comment below and let me know. What other old Hollywood feuds should we cover? Until next time, take care.